Let's talk about razzes and mystery packs and secret sluggers. What are these things? Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So I was on my lunch break today and I saw on Twitter somebody had posted an eBay seller with 4 feedback selling chance to win cards on eBay. And chance to win is, first of all, most likely a scam. It might not always be, but certainly with a person with 4 feedback, you'd want to be very, very cautious. So what they're doing is selling you at $5 or $6 a pop a chance to win a hit card. So these are essentially, on their face, razzes. And a razz is where the seller prices their card. Let's say it's a $100 card, and they price it at 10 slots, kind of like a break, for $10 each. And so they sell all 10 of those, and then they randomize a selection, and one of those 10 people allegedly wins. That's the theory anyway. And there are reputable sellers who have done this and done it very successfully. There are a ton of Facebook groups that have it. Even though Facebook has banned it, it's still out there in private Facebook groups. But that's based on reputation. And on eBay, when you're talking about a seller with 4, and I found some with 1 or 5 seller feedback, how are you going to ensure that you get what you're supposed to get? You can't. So a razz, as I was saying, it could be 20 spots at $5 each. And you put in a small amount of money, and either you win the card or you get nothing. It is gambling. You're saying, I'm going to give you $5 for the chance at something. And in most cases, you get nothing in return. Now, some sellers are getting around that on eBay by saying, you're not going to get nothing. You're going to get 6 cards with your purchase, and they are guaranteed to be the value of what you paid in. Now, where are they getting their values of these cards? Probably just saying, oh, this is a 1988 Topps Greg Maddux, and I bought it in a $1 bin. Which 1988 Topps Greg Maddux might be found in a dollar bin, but it's a nickel card. So I was actually going to, somebody messaged this person, and they posted the screenshot of the message, and they asked how it worked, and the person said that they own these cards. There are 3 guys behind this account. We're going to get to that in a moment. 3 guys behind the account, and one of them owns a card shop, and they just pooled their resources together. And they own these cards, and they will mail out envelopes of cards, and one of the envelopes has the hit in it. They didn't say what else could be in the envelopes except presumably common cards or junk. It's impossible for me to understand how you guarantee, as these all say they guarantee your value, how do you put $10 worth of cards in a $10 box and have a, let's say, $300 card possible? It's just not, it's not feasible. And I hope that there are a lot of people falling for this on eBay too. In one case, 46 spots had been sold for, I think it was a Nolan Ryan second year Topps card, his 69. 46 spots, I think it was, at $6 a piece for a raw Nolan Ryan card that is counterfeited. This one could be a counterfeit because this card is counterfeited. It's unfathomable. Now, this dealer has really good reputation, good reviews, good scores, so it could be fine, but why would you risk it? Maybe because it's only $6 and it's such a small risk, and that's why people do Powerball, and that's why people do Megabucks or whatever, scratch-off tickets and things like that. I was going to message this original user, the first one that I saw on Twitter, and as I went to message them, after researching their things and taking some screenshots, as I went to message them, the profile went poof, disappeared, removed entirely. So did eBay remove them? Did people report them? That's my guess, because a lot of people were looking at this post on Twitter. And I'm guessing that a few people reported it, and it's very clear, chance to win, and there's no explanation of what it is. My guess is that people reported them and eBay took them down, because again, it does go against eBay's policies. But then I went and I looked, and there are a lot more of these out there. There are, at a minimum, dozens. I didn't look through all of them. Trae Young, and it's not even a rookie card. It's like Trae Young's 4th year card, 21-22, I think it was. True Gold, chance to win for $6. There was a Cade Cunningham PSA 10, chance to win. It's just crazy. And so you message these guys, and one of them has one. I messaged one of them with one feedback. Hey, how does this work? And he said, oops, I meant to take this down. The hit was found. It's a little suspicious. I mean, maybe it's unlikely, right, that he recognized my name, because I've got Junk Wax Hero on my eBay. Maybe he knows my name.
Say my name.
And he recognized it and said, oh no, he's doing a video. That's unlikely. I mean, I'm not very well known in the hobby, so it's doubtful. But it would be interesting if they said, oh no, and decided to pull the listing. I've messaged a few others. I'll update you in my newsletter on Monday if I hear back from any of the others. I'll be following a bunch of these to see what happens. You should go to eBay. Do not buy into any of these. Even Whatnot has banned razzes and like mystery packs and things like that as gambling. Even though you can go on there and search for Raz, there are a lot of usernames of Raz because I think they banned it in the last couple of years. I couldn't find any actual Raz auctions, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting past whatever monitoring they have there on the platform. So same thing with mystery packs. You know, I've had people offer me mystery packs a lot. Hey, I'll mail you my mystery pack, my $80 mystery pack. And I actually did one opening before I realized what it was. This was, I don't know, 18 months ago maybe. And it's, you know, that you say, I want this $80 mystery pack. And they send you a bunch of cards, and they're a lot of legit cards, but it's like $25, $30 worth of cards, and you have a chance to hit something big. Now, if there is a checklist out there and you know what's available in the checklist, I think it's Arena Club that pivoted to this type of model last year. And I've never used Arena Club, but they do not pay me to say this. But I've watched some videos and it looks like it could be legit, but I have not analyzed that. Do not go and buy on Arena Club because I said so, because I am not saying so. But I think Arena Club does this where they have a live, you open the pack there and it will remove the cards that you found out of the checklist. So if you get the hit, or if you get the like tier 2 hit or something like that, it removes it from the checklist so the next person that buys knows that that card is gone, and then it adds another one back into the checklist at that level. I can see something like that being potentially legit, but again, I'm not saying it is. I have not assessed it. It's a very unregulated industry, and eBay and Whatnot and Facebook have all banned them, but are they doing enough? Are they doing enough to make sure that these aren't out there? And clearly eBay is not. eBay is loaded with these scammy listings from potentially scammy sellers. I mean, probably some are well-meaning, thinking, I'm going to do something good. I'm going to sell these cards in this manner. It feels like another way to sell a repack product, which have gotten really popular. But it also feels like I have $4 worth of cards and I'm going to put them in $10 bags and sell them that way. Because how else are they making money off this? And I know repacks are paying high. They're paying like 90% of comps. I assume it's because they're selling them at 120% of comps in a pack. I don't know. I really don't know. Something for me to look into repacks a little bit further. I've done some research on repacks, but I don't know about the actual pricing of repacks because I've never actually, because I've never actually bought any of them. Strong recommend. Do not buy any of these. If you know of any, if you've bought into any, if you sell them, I'd love to hear from you. And I almost forgot to mention here that the three guys piling their resources together is the same exact story as those backdoored, was it Panini cards? Whatever those cards were, maybe it was Topps or Bowman cards. They were backdoored, and these guys had all of them. They were selling them all. They were like ones of ones and things like that. And it was out of Dallas, Fort Worth, I think. And they told the same story. Three guys, one of them owned a card shop or something like that. So it felt very similar to me, like these guys are running a new scam. A guy named, I assume it's a guy, I Am Meatballs, which is a fantastic name to go by on Twitter. I Am Meatballs. Found that the cards that they were listing as theirs, one of ones, for instance, are also listed currently on active listings from other sellers on eBay. So like they just went and stole the images and claimed that they were selling off razzes for these items that aren't even owned by them. So it's crazy, some wild stuff happening with this story. My newsletter is free. I'll put out some updates on Monday on this topic. The link is in the description to this video. I'll also tag it in the comments. I put it out weekly. The newsletter is weekly with some sort of essay like this. I think might be the essay. I'm not sure. I'll at least have an update in there. Again, let me know what you think about these. If you bought into them, I want to hear from you, how it went. All right. Thanks very much for watching.